Weird wave. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to tune it for just a second and tell you what I've been up to. I just saw 6 houses in an area we want to move. We've already been pre-approved. It's very hard to have been pre-approved and done all that work, saving money, and then come to find out you're in a really intense market, housing-wise, so it's very competitive. It creates a feeling of like desperation if anything's even remotely close to what you're looking for, which is a little discouraging, but anyway, here's a song. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you know things like I do? Floating like a river in my brain, and I can't complain if I want to join you. All this light on the river in my mind. All this light on the lake that's turning white. It's turning white before my eyes. I don't know what that means for humanity and little old me. I don't know what it means to feel crazy, seeing all the differences, trusting your eyes, knowing they couldn't lie. Those impressions you knew deep inside, that inner view, it's wide and it knows things like a scout, like a dog's nose knows things. It's clear as day, it's crystal clear, unlike this lake, 'cause something got in the way. It's fear, something got in the way of what was dear like a drug, what was near like a choice. Each day, it slips away with one little voice writing songs to the atmosphere year after year. When things aren't clear, but you'll see it later on. Maybe next year, maybe 10 years from now, you'll look back on this moment and you'll know you were right cloudy, not clear, and you knew it was right. You knew you were right. You couldn't, you didn't and couldn't make up this story in time. You could see it like ice nine ahead of time, like ice nine ahead of time, like ice nine. It's frozen in time, like a cat's cradle on the bus, sitting back there doing stuff. You know it's wrong, you know it's wrong, you know it's wrong, you know it's wrong, but it feels good anyway, like throwing things in a lake, like changing plans midway, like garbage cans and recycling you claim to use. You don't choose the right things, you don't rinse those cans. You're a tiny little one-man band, and you know, inside that great big attitude, you've been lied to, you've been lied to. Ooh, 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 You know who you are, you know what you want, you're a shining star. You know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you are, you're a shining star. You've been lied to, all these strange distractions. Then take your time, take your time, when someone's got that ice knife. I've been forgetting to write songs. I know that sounds weird to say. Sometimes I go in phases where I'm proud of myself for how much I write, and sometimes I go in phases where I'm proud of myself for how little I write. I think it's because I fall behind on uploading these, as my niece would do in her piano lesson after performing. I actually kind of liked that one. It was a little weird, but I knew what it meant, so you're welcome. There you go. She's great. My younger of two nieces. Yeah, so a lot of positive things going on in my personal life, but we're not islands, we're not individuals. We feel like we are, but we're very connected, and our actions affect each other. And I can pray for 50 people a day like I do sometimes when I remember to get out of my own head and out of my own way. I don't pray for people out of altruism, by the way, so that's not a brag at all. I pray for people because when I don't pray for people, I get really bitter and resentful and grumpy, and I feel isolated, and I feel like people don't think good things about me. And especially if things are going well for me and I know they're not going well for certain other people that I know, and then here in the midst of things going well for me but not going as well for them, I'm feeling resentful and bitter that they're not sending me positive energy. Like I just said that I observed that things are not going well for them, so why would I get resentful about that? I think my trauma and my desire to make my bubble and my world smaller and smaller and smaller, well, maybe not. Maybe my world's not smaller and smaller. It's just shifted. My bubble's just shifted a little bit less about music, like the industry or the scene, or people I barely know, but kind of that interconnectivity that happens in a scene a little bit or a lot bit less, partly because of COVID, but partly because I had been shifting focuses before COVID anyway. Yeah, I just kind of shifted my bubble into being more about family, relationship, some future dreams that are just very simple, everyday, good old-fashioned American dreams, like you work hard, you might take a vacation, like to actually take a vacation that isn't like going on tour or visiting family. Those are the only 2 vacations I've ever done. I'm trying to think if I've taken a vacation that was literally just a vacation and wasn't like visiting family or stopping somewhere on the way to visit family or touring. I can think of one. It was about 11 years ago. Well, I guess I've taken some writing retreats, to be fair. And so that's not quite the same as touring. That's the closest I get to a vacation. Yeah. Anyway. Vacations always felt really selfish to me. Like, really, just like self-indulgent. And I used to really judge people who took vacations. I feel really bad about it right now, and that's why I'm saying it out loud. I used to really scrutinize, especially if they were people who seemed to care about others and really, look out for the little guy, look out for the underdog, and feel concern for like poverty. But then if they would go on a vacation to like somewhere warm or tropical or another country or something, and even if I know they were saving up for that all year, or heaven forbid they went twice a year, I just really judged that. And I think some people just have like a work hard, play hard motto, I'm sure other people could easily judge if I work less than 40 hours a week. But then I don't go on vacations. Like, is it holier than thou to not go on self-indulgent vacations, but then to live a 365 lifestyle that's more self-indulgent by not working as many hours? Why would one be morally or inherently better? It's sort of like, is lesser of 2 evils necessarily good? No, it might just be 2. And in that case, really, which one is it? I don't really know. Because then you'd have to analyze all people's different jobs. You'd have to analyze, are some people doing more for humanity in their job? Like, say somebody's a teacher with disadvantaged children, but they go on vacations. Like, keep up the good work. If you're burnt out, please go on more vacations, I just think it wasn't about them. The judgment I had wasn't about them. It was about me. It was about, I was not allowing myself to ever save up money to go on a vacation. Partly because I got myself like $200,000 into undergrad and grad school debt from music school and theater, and it's like none of those are things that really have jobs that will pay a doctor's amount of debt back. So art schools are like immoral. They shouldn't be taking that much money from 19 to 23-year-olds. But, big dreams, and they're selling you on the big dreams, and I had big dreams as a kid, and I had a great GPA and scholarships, and so they got me. Anyway, it's just, I think the older you get, the more you realize what a sell that was. What a sell college is and how they're selling a lot of things to you. But I'm looking at a beautiful view right now, a beautiful bench I just swung on for the first time ever, overlooking Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan looks creepily white right now. I don't have any idea why it looks like this. Show you it's not just my dirty window. And then, anyway, there's people going to prom, I imagine. Maybe I'll write one more song. Maybe not now. Maybe I'll go somewhere else. All right. That's all mine.